or whatever. So we're live.
We're recording. I mean, we're not live. If we were live, would be live.
I can't obviously show the name of the brand.
I mean, you can. I can just say other coffee brands are available.
Other coffee brands are available.
And then it's obviously not sponsored. I mean, if Costa Coffee wanted to sponsor me, I wouldn't say no to that.
Costa sponsor us. Costa an arm and a leg, more like.
Fucking got him.
The coffee industry is shaking.
You've got goat.
See, when was it? Wednesday.
Aye.
This week. My fire alarm decided to tell me that it was running low on batteries at 5:30 in the morning. So I woke up like a fucking hurricane.
Right.
Alan was up. The neighbours were up because not because of the alarm, but because of me.
Because you were shouting?
Shouting. Physically shit. Get that fucking off! Ah! Like, and I mean, like, the dogs didn't know what to make it.
Ah, they were probably freaking.
You know,
like,
they
were
were kind of greeting and stuff like that, and I'm like,
oh, no howling.
no, they were just like wee whines and stuff like that because obviously it was in the morning. I think they kind of know that it's no barking time.
Aye.
But Alan called me the Tasmanian devil because I basically got up and I was bouncing off the wall and then I was bouncing off the bed and I was fucking, what the fuck is that? Hilarious. And it's funny, like I was taking the dog out and I was like that to Alan. It's like, you know how little Tim, is it little Tim?
Little Tim?
Who is it in the Christmas Carol?
Oh fuck! What is the wee guy's name? With the fucking.
I feel like
with
it's
the
little
stick.
Tim.
Is it Tim? Is it little Tim?
Whoever it is, that was me. Like, please stop it off.
I maybe. Actually, I can't mind.
Google it. We're here. Let's do the research. Welcome to the pod, viewers.
Hey Google. What's the name of the boy with a limp in A Christmas Carol?
What's the name of that disabled kid?
That is Tim. Oh, Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim Cratchit. I don't even know how else to describe him other than the one with a limp. Because that's what he does, he's limping with a wee stick.
Do you know, I can't even think of like what he looks like as a human. I just think of that Futurama version.
That's what I was going to say. I'm just thinking the wee Futurama robot, the Bender is brilliant.
Where he's literally just got a crutch as an arm. Well, welcome to the pod, viewers this week and regular listeners.
We're live, coming at you in video form.
We're live in 3D.
Put your 3D glasses on now.
Put your 3D glasses on now.
Oh.
So what has been happening this week?
I had to go get my ears cleaned up yesterday.
Is that because you don't listen to me?
Because I listen too much, it's filled with shite.
Okay, so what happened?
It's not a fun experience, I'll tell you that, having a fucking thing in your ear sucking out all the earwax.
Would you go for the suction?
That's just what they do. Apparently the water thing they do can be, I think they figured out that it's kind of dangerous, or can be kind of dangerous to do that. Because of my complexion with red hair and stuff, I get very dry skin very easily, and because earwax is basically just dry skin, that's basically, I get a lot of earwax build up, and it gets bad to the point where it'll like just block my ear up and I can't hear out my ear properly, so I have to go get it sucked out professionally, because as much as people what I say and what I do it, you're not supposed to put shit in your ear.
You're really
Don't put cotton buds in your ear, because all you're doing is pushing it in. It doesn't take out as much, it takes out some, but it's pushing more back in than it's taking out. So I had to go and do that, and it's no fun, because it's just it's basically just him like sucking the earwax out with his vacuum thing, and he's like right in there, right at the eardrum and that, and it's really very uncomfortable.
You know, I read that nothing bigger than your elbow should fit in your ear.
Nothing bigger than your elbow? I mean, that's pretty big. Like, already?
Exactly. It will only fit, will it?
I would say nothing bigger than a fucking finger is probably enough.
This bitch. If I was to do that, I wasn't My elbow isn't going to go into your ear, is it?
Aye, obviously.
Well, that's the point. Nothing bigger than your, nothing bigger than your elbow.
That just seems such a ridiculous measurement to go with. So much, it's so over.
Have you heard of those? They're called like ear candles.
Is it people actually making candles out of earwax?
Right, no.
'Cause that's fucking rotten.
No, here is the scoop, and they're classed as a holistic medicine, right? So they're these almost like paper straws, and you stick them in your ear, and you light one end.
Oh.
And what they tell you is that the wax from your ears, with the flame so far away from it, apparently melts and gets drawn into the thing. It's total bullshit, absolute bullshit, debunked many times, right? But people who have either been silly enough to buy them and try them have said, "Oh, it works for me. Oh, it's worked for me. It worked for you," kind of thing.
What the fuck do they know? You can't see into your ear.
Well, exactly. Well, this is the thing. They get the thing after it's been burnt and stuff like that, and then they cut into it, and then they say, "Oh, look at all this stuff that's came for your ear." But if you were to cut that open before you'd used it, that stuff would still be there. You know, there's another thing where it's created again, another holistic medicine where you put these patches in the bottom of your feet when you sleep.
When you sleep.
Have you heard of this?
No.
So apparently it draws out all the toxins from your body, because that's how toxins work apparently, right? So people get up and then they peel their feet, they peel the sticker off their feet, and they look at it and it's obviously like black and stuff like that, and they go, "Wow, that's how much look at all the toxins that have left my body."
You just got manky feet.
You just got manky feet, or there's something in it that has a reaction with sweat or whatever it is, but people swear by these things. Because that's how toxins work. I mean, your liver does jack shit for your body, but these pads...
your liver and your kidneys, you know, the parts of your body that are literally designed to do that and do all that shit for you. No, they clearly don't do enough for that. It's not like you've got multiple organs to do this for you. No. I'm
so glad that you had went to like a healthcare professional and got like your ears seen to, because see if you had turned around to me and you were like, "Aye, so I found this new invention and I can't believe that nobody knows about it, and it's ear candles."
65 fucking quid, by the way. Aye.
For what?
To get that done. It's a bastard. It's a bastard because you used to be able to get it done for free on the NHS, and I phoned them up. I had to get this done earlier this year as well, and I phoned them up because the way I'd got it done before is I just went down to the fucking local health centre, and a nurse would just do it and just be like, "And that was it."
Oh yeah.
So I phoned them up and was like, "Oh, my ears are getting a bit full of earwax. I need to get them. Thing we do it." And then they were just like, "Oh, we don't do that anymore." And I was just like, "What do you mean you don't do it anymore? Like, what am I supposed to do then?
What's my options
what
here?
are my options here?" And they were like, "You can go to, I can give you a number for places that do it." They were like, Specsavers do it.
That's right.
Because they do your shit as well. And then the other place that I actually went to, they were like, "And this place does it as well," which is like, I don't know what the word for it is, but fucking like a independent health professional guy. Like, he's got his own business and that.
Alright, so he's
I don't think he works for the NHS. He's just got his own
business
professionalism or whatever the hell it is. And I was like, okay. So I phoned up Specsavers and they were like, "We can give you an appointment in like 2 months." And I'm like, "Right, I can't hear now. So
I'll probably miss your call when you phone me asking where I am."
I literally, like, I don't think I can wait 2 fucking months. And I'm like, let me phone the other place and see what he's got going on. And he was like, "I can see you this week." And I was like, fucking great. Right.
And it must be like such a relief to just have it done.
It literally goes for like my ear feeling like I've got horn all the time, like that kind of bad hearing. And then also an extremely loud ringing. I've got tinnitus, so I've already got a bit of ringing in my ear, but it's way worse with this. It goes for that to being so clear and being able to hear everything, and it's like, oh, I can hear stuff.
Do you know?
Finally,
I love the moments that you have where because everybody's got them. Everybody has like moments where like they're living in an uncomfortable kind of state, or and then they get that immediate relief, and it's like, the best thing that I could compare it to is when you get a blocked nose.
That's literally what I was thinking. Aye, when you've got a blocked nose and you're sitting there, you sit there with your blocked nose. Like I can't believe how I took breathing for granted for so long. I wish I could fucking breathe right now.
You sit there and you're like that. I fucking hate me that can breathe.
And then you wake up one day and you're just like, you're like I can, And you're just fucking sitting there like, I can fucking smell, I can breathe stuff through my nose. Oh, it's so good.
That happens with COVID. You know that you can't taste and you can't breathe and stuff like that. And do you know what somebody suggested to like help fix that? Chew garlic.
Why would that help?
I don't know. Apparently it's just so overpowering to like the senses and the sinuses that it clears it. I think that's bullshit.
I mean, if you were going to get something powerful to clear your sinuses that's just like feel like bam, why would you not just get something really hot? Pepper or something? Surely that would do better than a fucking piece of garlic.
Maybe. I don't know if anybody to try that though. I don't know if like we spoke about it before how I like to cook, but like there's been times where I've been like chopping garlic and then I've been chopping chilies and we all do it. I picked my nose and my nose is just immediately like went on fire, and I actually feel like great, you know, like the tears are streaming and all that.
Right. It's a bastard that. But just get a bit of wasabi. Just there you go. Sinuses will just get blown off. You're like, oh.
Dear Steve-O just lines us out.
Snort it, Jesus.
I still can't watch that without cringing.
The fucking that wasabi scene?
It's just his reaction to it.
Oh, the new one's coming out soon. Did you see the trailer for it?
I've not seen the trailer. Do I
really?
Watch it? Live reaction?
Live reaction? We could actually do a live reaction, yeah.
I mean, like, I've loved Jackass for a very long time. Like, I think when it first came out, it was all we ever did. Like, you know, we just watched it and repeat. It was just great. I think Jackass 4 is going to be a wee bit different because obviously, you know, Bam's not in it, and there's reasons for that.
He was an arsehole.
There's reasons for that, and obviously, like Ryan Dunn won't be in it, you know, because he's tragically passed away. So I don't know how it's going to be different because you've got to remember these guys are older. And the stunts that they're kind of putting themselves through, they kind of, you know, it's a young man's game, I would say.
Well, let me just say that it looks pretty great. I'm hoping this will change your mind.
I hope so. As I say, I'm a huge fan of Jackass. I love watching them. But do you know what? When I think of Jackass, do you know what really, like just. I don't know, just really what I immediately go to, and it's Jackass 3, and it's what's his name? Is it Dave?
Dave England?
Dave England, and it's when he's part of the train set.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you know, like. All the moments in Jackass, that one really fucking caught me off guard.
I still distinctly remember the first time we watched that, and Frank was with us. You guys all know Frank, my roommate, who's been on some streams and that before. And I literally remember we were all sitting watching it, and it was just the scene of that scene, and it's just like a wee train set, and it's just kind of panning through it, and then you see the hill that's his painted arse, his arse. Painted green
and it's
as the hill,
and you don't know. You don't know.
And it's just, I remember Frank just being like, "What is that?" And then the shite flies out, and Frank had to actually run to the toilet because he was going to puke because it was that disgusting. That was so fucking funny. We were howling at that.
Frankie does have a really weak stomach.
He does. He fucking shit gets him so easily.
But yes, I'm very looking forward to this.
Right. You'll have to put headphones on because I don't have speakers.
Ooh.
I've already seen it, so you can just right. Ready? Oh wait.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I take your call?
Volume down a bit.
The classic.
The classics.
Dude, this is like worse than you hanging.
Where's the? There we go. When was the last time?
When they went to Japan.
but I know.
When was the last time you got together with all friends and just fucking beat the shit out of each other, basically?
And do absolutely stupid shit.
Johnny Knoxville, welcome to Jackass. 3, 2, 1.
It's crazy, they're all like, what, around 50-ish now, I would say.
I mean, dedicated to their art.
Fucking roadrunners, eh? Fuck.
The faster the other guy's hand goes back.
That is amazing.
Oh.
Concussions aren't great, but as long as you have them before you're 50, it's cool. And Knoxville's 49, so we're good.
I'm with the Bulls, man.
That shit in that Bill's arse. Is that Tyler the Creator?
I don't know, actually.
Today we're going to do a little furniture shopping.
I've been watching Jackass since I was 12 years old.
Oh man, she's a mean throw.
We have winners and we have Steve-O.
There ain't a bunch of NASA scientists right now.
Aye, Eric Andre's gonna win it. Great shit.
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
You still got those $1 million teeth, that's for sure.
Oh, amazing.
Set myself up for
Oh,
failure on
I
this
did
one.
Aaron, please relax.
Aaron
I'm
McGeehee.
trapped, and you're putting honey on me and salmon.
No.
Oh my god.
I'd actually piss my pants.
Right. Right.
Wowee. That's crazy.
Right.
That is crazy. I can't believe they're still doing that shit at this age.
It's actually insane. I mean, like when I heard the trailer, I was like, I was like, oh, is it going to be pure tone doom? I mean,
Yeah.
I was like,
For a new generation.
surely there's going to be shit that they're not going to be able to do because of their age and all that, and it's just like that. They're just gone full in, like fucking just like they used to. And it's like, all right, this is
Wow.
gonna be great.
I actually kind of respect it in a way, but like a part of me is like, you know, yous are fucking idiots.
Right.
But another part of me is like, you're really dedicated to your art,
Right.
to the art form of being a jackass. I mean, like, I don't know if back in the day it was just nothing but Jackass. You know, like it was like a craze. People
No.
absolutely loved it, and you know they would try and recreate some of the stuff, which probably wasn't the smartest ideas.
That's what I knew as well. They're pretty much all sober now, so they've not even got the drugs and alcohol to like
Wear it,
help deal
aye.
with it and all the shit they're doing. They're just like doing it and that's it. It's like
I don't know.
fucking oof, man.
You know, I guess, I mean, if you're to think about it, like, say since Jackass 3, they've maybe had, like, this really long break away from, like, doing all these stunts, and then I guess after this, hopefully they'll have, like, another really long break. Do you know, it brings up a point of, like, you know, member berries. You know, people just want nostalgia, people want what they used to watch all the time. And I guess Jackass was like that, you know, early 2000s, late 90s kind of show
Yeah,
that people love to watch.
it's good shit, man. I can't wait to see it. Speaking of member berries, have you been watching the South Park COVID specials?
I watched the pandemic special, and what was it, the vaccine special?
So you've not seen the last one and the one that's just came out.
No, I've not seen them.
Okay,
yet.
I've seen the last one. I've not seen the newest one that's just came
Are
out.
they ending like you? Here's my problem. Here's my problem with it. Like the COVID special or the pandemic special and the vaccine special, I found really hard to watch because the whole Randy fucking like a pangolin thing. Like I was just kind of like, I love South Park and I love like short comedy and stuff like that. But that was too. It was too graphic.
It was pretty
It
bad.
was so graphic, and I was just kind of like, you know, this is just in poor taste. That poor pangolins, you know, already endangered, and there's Randy Marsh, you know, fucking him over even worse.
I don't think there was anything quite like that in the one I watched. I don't know if there's anything like that in the new one. But the last one was pretty funny. Do you know what happens in it at all? Like, what the actual premise of the... Okay.
What's the premise? Tell me the premise.
Basically, they basically have jumped into the future. Well, they've not jumped into the future. The show is now showing them and like all the kids in like their 40s and
Like,
where they are.
With the go-backs and stuff like that?
No, it's just like what the future life is. It's just them as adults and like the pandemic's still a thing and all that, and it's them dealing with like how their lives have gotten shitty because they all broke up and were like they stopped becoming pals and that, and it's them trying to figure out basically how to fix shit.
Are the go-backs in it?
No, I don't think so. There might have been one like a background thing or something like that. Because there were scenes with like hundreds of characters, and it was like, oh, that's that character involved. No, that's that character involved.
Oh, it's like when they pause to see who's there. See if they
so I don't know. I don't know if I've seen. I don't think I've seen anything like that. I don't know. I think the Goobacks episode thing that was like further than 40 years, was it not? In the future, I was like.
In fact, that was like
way
quite a bit in the future. Aye.
So, that's basically what's happened. And I think the one that's just came out is like finishing the whole pandemic story and all that. It's like the end of it. So, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what happens. But
it has been a really weird structure for South Park because rather than doing like a series, they've kind of elected to just kind of do specials.
It's like wee TV movies they're kind of doing basically.
And, I mean, I enjoy it. Like I enjoy the I guess like after what are they on 24 seasons?
24 I think.
24 seasons.
That.
I guess like after all that time, you kind of need to do something to keep it fresh or to keep it different because as much as I'm sure the people that write and love South Park, like they must just kind of be like, I'm sick of this. Can we do something else? Can we mix it up?
I feel like Matt and Trey are definitely at that point. Did they know was there not an episode in the last season they had that was basically the whole episode was them saying cancel South Park as one of the jokes?
They were wanting to get South Park cancelled because they were just so scun up with it.
They're just like, fuck this, man. Because I feel like the way things have like the things that have been happening in the world the past like 4 or 5 years are just like, how can you parody it? Because there's already such absurd, ridiculous, stupid shit going on. Like people like Matt and Trey are just like, we can't make shit funnier than what's actually just happening.
And I guess as well, like with everything that has gone on, you know, it's some of it is just so depressing that you can't even make a joke about it. You're just kind of like, I can't make this funny.
It's fucking
the whole for me the whole Trump being president thing and they put in Mr. Garrison as Trump. That was funny, and it was more funny than I guess it would have been if they had just put in Trump. That makes sense. You know? It was funnier for them, I guess, to put in Mr. Garrison, who is their Trump character. But like we things that are kind of going on now, it's just, you know, riots in the Capitol building, all that, because it's obviously American centric. You know, like that would have been a joke they would have made 10 years ago. Stupid people rushing the Capitol and then, you know, somebody getting shot and stuff like that. That was something that they would have made a joke about 10 years ago, and now they're like...
It's literally like shit they parodied to be like, look how ridiculous and absurd this situation is that would obviously never happen. But then that kind of shit is just happening now in real life, in reality. It's ridiculous, man.
I wouldn't want to... I guess for them, as you say, it's kind of hard to come up with something that is a parody when...
More absurd than real life now.
Life imitates art, as they say.
My God.
You enjoying that coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you how he fucking embarrassed me in Costa, and there are other coffee shops available. I've never experienced this. What did you order?
A black coffee.
It's a black coffee. No sugar syrups, no creams, no sugars, nothing. Just the lassie practically asked me for ID to make sure I wasn't a wanted felon. When you
she did sound like she was actually astonished that somebody would just order a black coffee. Like you were like, "Can I have my gingerbread latte and a black coffee?" And she was like, "Gingerbread latte and a what?" Like she literally said, "And a what?"
So perplexed.
So as I say, I'm sure he didn't say a black coffee. I'm sure nobody would order that. Like
he must have said something else. Like
I just like black coffee. I don't like anything in it.
I mean.
That's doing.
I like my coffee to not taste like coffee, to be pumped full of sugar and cream, but that's just me.
I like the bitterness. I want the taste to be smacking me about. You know, people eat something and they're like, "Oh, it's like a patty in my mouth." It's like a brawl in my mouth.
You want the funeral?
Aye, aye.
You want people to start fights at a funeral in your mouth?
Nah, that's what the coffee's for. Really gets you up and going.
I mean, they say psychopaths drink coffee like that.
Do they? Aye.
Not me, but they say psychopaths. Your beard's getting really long.
I know. I need to probably trim it at some point. It's pretty ridiculous.
Have you thought about straightening it? Like, do you know you'd suit like the braided, the pleats, whatever they call it.
I don't even know how you do that. I'd have to look up how to actually get that done.
If you've got 3 bits of string, I can show you.
I don't think I've got any string, I'll be honest with you.
I mean, it's like you kind of just go one over the other kind of thing.
See, it sounds like something that's like a pain in the arse to do, and I just wouldn't want to do it.
I guess that it can be,
especially because I'm assuming I'd have to take them out to like whenever I was going to wash and shit.
No,
and then I'd have to put it back in.
I mean, I think
just be like,
you can maybe leave them in for maybe like I don't know, a week maybe.
Yeah.
And it would shorten it because you're compacting the hair.
True.
And you would look like Thor from God of War. Not Thor Marvel.
No, I know. I did see the Thor.
Hollywood
God of War.
Thor.
He looks pretty. Sick.
Beefy.
He's a beefcake.
And I mean, like this is what you would expect from your Nordic gods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they were beer swilling, ox eating, pillaging. They weren't sitting at Hollywood workouts and all that.
They're not supposed to be pure like fucking toned muscles and all that. They're big beefy fucking like like fucking. No bodybuilders, but bodybuilders. Fucking no, like bodybuilders. Bodybuilders are the no bodybuilders. They strongmen kind of bodies. They're just beefy and big. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Marvel got Loki right because he looks like a greasy wee snake.
Aye,
which I guess is what Loki is.
True.
But yeah, you should do that. Good. But you won't. I know you. You won't. So. What
are you doing?
Can I appreciate how great this camera's making my skin look? I don't want to get any closer because it would be like sandpits of the Himalayas or something like that, with how bumpy and rocky my skin is. Do you know what? I wish I had the moustache, because I guess like the people who have seen the animation, like see me wearing a moustache. I shave it every now and again and I grow it.
Alan doesn't like it though, does he? He can't keep it.
Do you know what? He's stopped mentioning it.
Mm.
So if I grow it, he just doesn't bring any attention to it in the hopes that it will go away quicker. And when I grew it I grew it throughout November, and it came to I think it was November 29th. And he was like, "Are you shaving that?" And I was like,
"That's just for this month, right?"
It's like, well, I was planning to keep it for one more day, like to at least the end of November.
You can't wait any longer. Look, I know you're doing this for November, and there's only one day left, but fucking get it off.
He hates it, and I've never. Do you know a lot of people hate it?
I don't get it. I think it looks good.
I think I look great with a moustache because it breaks up my face a wee bit. But do you know? Here's a funny story. I went on, let's say, a date, and I had a picture of me on this, the site that they had seen me on, and it was without the moustache. And at the time of the date, I had a moustache. Do you know that person turned around and went, "I don't think I can do this"?
I mean,
I was gobsmacked. I was like, "How fucking dare you? Like, you don't even want to get to know me. You're just looking at me physically and going, well, is that a moustache, is it? Oh, well, I'm out. Keep my options open."
I feel like it is a kind of thing you probably should update a picture with if you've got something like that. but it's also kind
Are
of
you
ridiculous for the person to just be like, I'm out immediately.
Are you victim blaming me?
Shut the fuck up.
Are you trying to say that I catfished people?
A wee bit.
No.
I mean, it's not as bad as if I had like a clean shaven picture and then went like this. Nowhere near that level.
No.
But like, you know, it's something. It is a feature that makes you look quite a bit different.
Okay.
So,
well, we'll put it this way.
you can have a picture ready to like put out with if you've got one.
What if you have a specific kind of haircut, and then you don't have that haircut when you meet?
It depends how much a drastic change it is, I think. You know?
It's not that different. I don't see it.
I mean, people have got their preferences. But there's, you know, some people like facial hair, some people hate it.
I do prefer facial hair. Like, I think, I don't know, like, I think, especially in some kind of guys, if they've got a beard, it can totally change their appearance.
I mean, I've got a fat wee face, but this covers it. It doesn't make it look as bad. So, and I've got up here double chin that you don't see with this and all that. So,
I mean, well, if you're saying that it hides a multitude of sins, then I guess you're the catfish.
I think I look better without with the beard than I do without it.
I think you do suit a beard. But I don't know if that's just like people with fair hair, like ginger hair. There's just something about fair hair people and a ginger beard.
Aye.
No?
Aye.
Shave it?
No.
Get rid of it.
I've shaved it like multiple times. I had it clean shaven. Well, no, it was pretty close to clean shaven like a few months ago.
Do you sometimes wish you could take it off?
What, just
like Lego? Just, you know.
I mean, especially with like if I'm eating, it'd be nice to be able to do something like that.
I mean, like when I've got my moustache, like the first thing I do is like when I'm growing a moustache is I constantly
You're like
shape it away from my lips because there is nothing worse than eating soup.
Something's like soup in that.
You
It's
know.
just it gets all in it, and you're just like, oh, fucking.
You're like, what is this hard bit in my soup? And you know, you're chewing your moustache. Aye, but I mean, I think it looks good. You enjoying that black coffee?
I am enjoying
They
it.
actually took my license plate down, and you know, it's up my wall that says "Do not serve this psychopath again."
That's you on a registry. Ordering black coffee.
It's just a strange thing.
It really isn't that strange. People drink black coffee.
Do you know what we could do while we're live? Why don't we, know how we spoke about ages ago about doing like a best friend quiz?
But we'd have to prepare for that, surely. I
There'll
mean,
be-
do you have questions ready?
No, but there'll be like a quiz online, or like quizzes online, like how well do you know blank, or how well do you know this person,
I mean,
and it'll be like stuff. I can just imagine it'd be like you know what I just realised? I kind of look like what's his name? The wee thing that blows up.
The wee thing that blows up.
Chaozu!
The wee thing that the wee thing that blows up.
That wee thing that blows up.
He's got a name.
Aye, Chaozu.
He's a person. He's not a thing.
Is he a person?
Aye. What else would he be?
Okay, well, in the realm of Dragon Ball Z, and the way that regular people are, Chaozu does not look anything like them. He's more akin-
TN's got a third eye. What do you mean?
I mean, that's obviously like
There's a lot of weird humans in Dragon Ball.
Mr. Popo. He's probably got more in common with Mr. Popo than he
I mean,
does
Mr.
humans.
Popo's like a weird like genie man or something. I don't even know what the fuck he's supposed to be.
And Chaozu's a weird fairy.
He just likes dressing up like a mime, and he's very short.
So when he gets up in the morning, he plasters himself in white makeup, puts on that wee hat, and he's like, "It's Chaozu time."
Aye,
No, I'm not having that.
he's just he's very pale.
There's no colour at all. He's not pale. There's no colour.
He's like a ghost. He's a weird albino child that is TN's best friend. That's it. He's just a normal human as far as I'm aware.
It's sus. Bit sus, if you ask me.
I mean, it's Dragon Ball. They've got like a fucking dog mayor that runs a city. I mean,
Aye, and then there's the talking cat.
aye. Fucking, what's his name again? Corin. That's his name. Couldn't mind his fucking name there. Have you seen the new Dragon Ball game that's coming out? It's I don't know if we talked about this before. You know, Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th game.
Oh, you were telling me about this.
Aye.
When it was like
Aye.
you're selling your Frieza and or
One person
human.
one person plays Frieza and Cell, and there's a group of humans that are trying to like escape you while you're trying to hunt them down and kill them all.
I mean, that does sound pretty fun.
There was like a beta test thing that was out like last week, I think, that you could sign up for. I didn't sign up for it because I didn't know what was going on. But I saw it, and there was some people like streaming it and stuff on Twitch, and I watched a wee bit of the gameplay, and it looks a bit janky, but it looks like it could be a fun game.
I guess it was just the beta,
Or
if it's just like the kind of testing phase.
it looks like it could be a good laugh.
I would enjoy that. I'd probably buy that just for the fun of it. Although I wish they would add in more villains.
I think they will. It looks like I think for the beta, I think that Cell was the only one that was available in the beta, but I think it said that Frieza and Majin Buu are going to be characters as well, and I imagine they're going to probably add more as it goes on.
I mean, because if you're playing as a human, I mean, you could put like even the lesser kind of villains. You know, you don't need like a pure world destroying villain to hunt in humans. So like Devilman.
Devilman.
Or I don't know. You know, Demon King Piccolo. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean there's a plethora of villains.
Yeah.
To choose for, out there. So hopefully they'll add me, and that'll be a good time. I
mean, like, I do think that it is a bit. It's more like it's another nail in the coffin of what like gaming used to be. But I hate being that old guy that's like things are just changing too fast and too quick for me. But I feel like games are just kind of becoming parodies of each other. Does that make sense? Where, you know, like battle royales, that was the thing, wasn't it?
The start,
and it's still a thing. And
thing.
Everybody has to have like a battle royale version.
I see. Here's the thing, right, with battle royales is that thing of like battle royales were like became a thing. I think like H1Z1 was maybe the first battle royale game that was like a big thing. And then for that, it was like PUBG, and then like Fortnite, and then all these other games were coming. All these other like ones, and every single one that came out was just it's another shooter. But it's like, oh, it's a shooter, but with this weird mechanic that's a bit weird
from another game.
And I'm like, and I got bored of that really quickly. Yeah. I like it when games come out that are like, it's a battle royale, but it's not a shooter. It's this other genre, and it's like, okay, that's at least different and could be fun. Like Fall Guys is a good example.
Aye,
where it's like it's a battle royale, but rather than a shooting game, it's like fucking weird platforming and obstacle courses. It's like, okay, that's actually, you know, different enough that it could be a fun thing.
And it was. It's a really fun game.
Speaking of that, I was playing a new battle royale game that came out like a couple of years ago, I think, called Babble Royale.
Babble.
It's Scrabble as a battle royale game, basically. In which you do think like, how can you make that a battle royale game? So the way it works, right, is it's kind of funny because the way it starts is it's basically a big Scrabble board, and I think it's like 12 players, so it's not like a lot. And
right, okay.
Everybody starts off as a letter A, and you like drop down as if dropping for like the sky, like you do in normal battle royale games, and you pick somewhere to land on the board, right? And there's like power ups and shit. And basically, what you do is you get random letters like you would in Scrabble, and you basically the outside of the board has like the danger zone that comes in like the circles in battle royales. So you have to try and make you have to make words to move towards the middle of the board, and like what counts is the thing that counts is who you are or what you're playing as is the newest word that you've made. So you have to slowly make more words and connect to move in the middle of the board. And if you're next to something else and you make a word that connects to one of the letters that they currently are to make a new word, you kill them.
That's interesting.
So it's like if
That's
you've like
interesting.
made a word and you like have like a G, and then they've made a word up here that's a G, and then you put an I between it and it says gig,
Gig.
and then you've kept that you kill them and you take them out.
That's
So
pretty
you have
good.
to like try and take each other out by making words that connect to theirs, as well as try to get to the middle of the board so you're not getting killed by the like danger zone that's coming in. And you get power ups, and like you use you level up when you make words to buy more letter slots to have more letters available, or buy items that do things like blow up other letters around you so you've got more space to make new words.
See,
It's actually pretty fun.
when you say Battle Royale for Scrabble, I'm imagining like this fucking tetrahedron board thing that's got like 100 different people are in it.
I mean, they could have went crazy with it and made it like fucking 50 players, but it's like 12 or something, I think, something
But,
like that. But
again, that's like my complaint that like you know games are becoming other games.
it is becoming that thing where like when a new idea becomes popular, every other game company's like, right, well, how can we cash in it? How can we make this fit in the kind of games we make? Like, I mean, fucking Among Us is a good example of that, where it's like, oh, Among Us became popular, and then fucking every company wanted to do a Among Us style game.
Yeah.
Fucking Fortnite did that, where they were like, oh, we've made a new game mode, and it's basically Among Us, and it's literally the exact same, and we've even got a spaceship level, and they put like no credit or anything like that to the people that made Among Us, and the people that made Among Us were like,
That's pretty
what the
shit.
fuck?
I honestly
Basically.
can't wait till Fortnite dies. Like, I want Fortnite to die. Like, I get that it's a part of like a lot of people's childhood and growing up, and like for a lot of people that maybe didn't have a lot of money for games, Fortnite was great for that. You know, where there was a platform where they could meet their friends, talk to their friends, and like play online, and you know, it's just basically elements of PUBG and Minecraft. You know, and it's like that there, where Fortnite is already an amalgamation of other games that have kind of came before it. In order to stay relevant, Fortnite are like, right, what's popular now, and how can we put it into our games? All right, let's put Marvel in it. Let's put let's do Among Us. You know, like just die. Fortnite, people who make Fortnite, just die. Just
Let it die.
Just let it die. Just, you know, let it die, and then move your energy and focus into another game that you can bring out for free and cash in on loot boxes. But just let Fortnite die. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it.
Did you see the newest Fortnite thing? Spider-Man's in it now, and The Rock's in it now, and
He's another thing that needs to go. The Rock. I'm sick of seeing The Rock. I'm sick of seeing The Rock and people just jizzing on The Rock. And I don't get it.
I like Dwayne, but he's nowhere near as bad as Chris Pratt with just being in everything. But I could get that.
I mean, listen, like Chris Pratt and like The Rock, it's not their fault they're in everything. It's obviously like their agents or whoever it is that manages their careers approach them and say, here's what you're doing for the next year, and it just so happens that it's every fucking thing that I see. I'm just so sick of it. And Tom Holland, I'm sick of seeing him and all, just because he's Spider-Man. People put him in this pedestal where it's like, oh my god, Tom Holland. It's like, he, you know, he's an actor within his own right. Do you know, it's the curse of Marvel, I guess, where you're always known as that one thing. Like The Rock, he's always known. I seen a thing and it was like 4 different movies that The Rock's been in.
Or was it that thing with all the Jungles movies?
Aye,
Every
and he's
movie's
wearing
in
the
a
same
fucking
thing,
jungle
and
and
looks
same
the same,
character and
it's just like
typecast. You know, that's an interesting thing because speaking of actors like that, Robert Pattinson, who was forever known as just like
Edward Cullen
for Twilight, and that's what everybody would see him as, always reference him as, and that was all he was. He's new in the new Batman movie, and I think he looks pretty good.
I would see it.
He looks like, I think he seems like he'd make a great Batman. I mean, I hate. Oh shit! Just unplugged that by accident. Doesn't matter. I hate Twilight.
It's good to laugh at. If you need cheering up.
It's just I know a lot of people like it. A lot of people like. I think that's one of the things people grew up with and people like it. But I think it's one of the things that people like. They're like, I know it's kind of garbage, but I still like it. And I'm like, alright, that's fair. I just think it's garbage. But I never really. I don't know. I never thought of him as like. Anytime I see him casting other stuff, I never thought like, oh, the guy for Twilight.
No, I never.
Like, I was always like, okay, well, you know, he's still an actor. It's like when he was in Harry Potter, he was playing that kind of character, and he was great in that. You know what I
And
mean? And
the guy that plays the werewolf, Jacob,
I don't think I've actually seen him
like
in anything else.
he'll never be Jacob for Twilight for me. He'll be like that guy for Shark Boy and Lava Girl or whatever it is.
Oh, that is the same actor, isn't it?
Same actor. So like
Oh, I forgot.
when I the clips that I've seen of Twilight and I see him and I'm just like, that's that fucking Shark Boy or whatever his name is, you know. But, you know, it's Fortnite and Twilight are similar in the way that they're part of like people's coming of age and growing up, and so that it is like for me it's Halo. Halo was part of my growing up and coming of age, where you know, and a lot of people ragging Halo and that's fine. I'm just glad it wasn't Twilight. You know, I'd be really embarrassed telling people that I was addicted to a bad acting movie. Because it's terrible. Seriously, it's terrible acting. I don't know how. How that got through production.
I think the writing's probably
Well, the
probably
writing
all
as well.
fucking horrendous, man.
There was this clip I was watching, right, and it's, I don't know for what movie it's for. Somebody will probably know, and it's you know the story of Twilight.
I know the basic story.
Right. Okay. So you know the Bella and Edward, they have a baby, the CGI baby that just looks fucking horrendous, right? And the werewolf falls in love with this baby.
He sees like a vision where it's like, oh, I'm gonna like marry her one day or whatever it is, and it's like really weird. It's really weird.
Really weird. Like fucking, I don't know the type of predators that are out there, but I don't know if they'd sit and wait. And well, it's only like a few months apparently because she's grown up so fast. And I actually lost where I was going with that. I got so bogged down in the fact that the fucking werewolf and the fucking baby. That was it. So it's when Bella finds out that the werewolf wants the baby, and the werewolf calls the baby Nessie. And Bella, can I show you it? Can we do another live reaction?
I'd feel like I would get copyright
Oh,
struck for that.
maybe actually. But basically, like she's a vampire at this point, so she's got powers. So she throws him away, and she's like, "You imprinted on my daughter!" Like, you know, it's just like really bad. And then like he says something about it, and then he's like, "That me and Nessie," and then she's like, you know, she's like, "You named my daughter after the Loch Ness monster," and it's just like. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is going on here? Who greenlit this project? Like, what is going on? I don't get it.
What the fuck, man?
Like,
so weird.
You know, I've seen some really terrible movies that have had like really good quality moments where it's like, well, it's not so bad because here was a really good moment of acting or a good moment of storytelling. And Stephen, I think of that, I'm just like, what the fuck's going on here? Who's parting? Well, that's what they say. They say a fool and his money are quickly parted. Sorry to whoever's funded Stephanie Meyer's vampire saga, which was somebody, I can't remember what it was, but somebody was saying that Twilight is basically like a fan fiction, another story.
Is it?
I might be wrong in that.
I know that 50 Shades of Grey is basically a fan fiction of Twilight. Pretty much, or that's what it started as. I know that, but I don't know anything about like the origins of like the Twilight.
And I wish I could just do like a fan fiction or something. I'm gonna do a fan fiction of Halo. Stay tuned, and you know, and it's gonna be about how fucking, I don't know, Cortana was in love with Chief, and Catherine Halsey's all like, "You imprinted on my AI clone," you know. Something like that. Just
change the characters' names and their design a wee bit, but it's still blatantly obvious that that's what it's based on.
The good thing, I could probably still get away with calling Master Chief John. It's a really common name. But it's just, I don't know. These things need to just disappear. I think, like, people are. I'm not looking forward to the member berries yet. Because these people will want to relive the nostalgia and all that yet, and that means I'll not get a wife yet.
Fortnite, especially Fortnite. Fortnite's just like it's the childhood game of so many people of the generation, basically.
Aye.
So.
And I don't grudge that. I really don't grudge that. Like, as I say, mine was Halo, but I just even people that maybe been playing for Fortnite for the start must sit and think to themselves, this is getting a bit far-fetched. Why the fuck's Spider-Man in this? You know? Why is Thanos in this?
Why is a lot of people... I had... what was it I did? I had a thing where there was some bet or goal or something that I hit on my stream, and I was like, if we get to this, I'll stream Fortnite for like one stream, just because people wanted it.
People like to see it.
And we hit it, and I played it with some people, and the whole time I was just like, why the fuck is this? What is this? Why is that in the game? What the fuck is that about? Like, the whole time it was just me questioning, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, there's so much shit that's just like mixed together in this game. It's like 1 minute there's a spaceship that somebody's flying about, and then you'd see like all these characters for this other series, and then you run into fucking Rick for Rick and Morty, and you're just like, what's happening? It's just so much shit.
I don't know if it's because we're old, that we just like, you know, things in boxes. We like our Rick and Morty to be in a TV series, and we like our Spider-Man to be in a Spider-Man game or a Spider-Man series. But, you know, it's just... this is what I feel like the problem with modern gaming is that everything is just what everybody wants, everything in the one package.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just like, we're just having it there for the sake of it. It's just like, just makes it a bit shite.
Fortnite is probably one of the best marketed games in the world for it being free. They must make some amount of money and downloads, advertising, stuff like that. But no see penny for me. I hate it. Just want it to go. I'm so sick of it.
Old man yells at cloud.
That's me.
Old man yells at Fortnite.
That is the modern game. Do you know something happened to me today, right? I was just playing Skyrim. I like Skyrim. And I got invited into a group chat by someone who I wasn't friends with. And they were obviously doing this to a lot of gamer tags. Because when I declined the first invitation and accepted the second, because I was like, what if it's somebody I know? Or, you know, that could have been anything. So I accepted it. And I was in the lobby, and it was just like this, you know, was it squeaker? Just a squeaker. And he's like, I'm getting ticks from all these slags. And I'm like, what is my life then now? You know, it was like one of the like really like sobering moments where I'm like, I was just in Whiterun. I was just like casting some spells, you know, killing some bandits, and all of a sudden I've got like some squeaker, you know, telling me about how slags are texting them. And I was just like, no.
Fuck's sake, man.
No. I hate gaming.
This is why I can't remember the last time I played a multiplayer game and actually had voice chat on. Like, I've lived through all that when the days of Call of Duty and Halo, when I played them all the time. And I'm just like, I don't want to fucking hear other people in lobbies like talking and shit. It's
so toxic. I think because they are in a lobby, it's almost separate from real life. They feel like they can get away with just acting a way that they would never have acted in real life. No, you're right. Like sometimes when I play like online, and it's weird. Everybody else is kind of in the same boat. Nobody's on a mic talking or anything like that. But you'll get one person that's so vocal, so loud, you know. And
as I was the one cunt that's got his fucking like Kinect mic on, and there's Doug's and Wayne's greeting in the background, and somebody's got the Hoover on and all that. And it's just all this shit, and you're just like, what's happening?
Somebody's
please turn your mic off, for fuck's sake.
Band in the back.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh,
I don't really like what gaming's become. It's different. I guess with everything, it just kind of evolves and changes, and we are probably we're the dinosaurs of gaming, you know. I still have very fond memories, you know, turning on my Sega and playing Sonic and just hearing that Sega. And you know, that was as complicated as it got. You never had, you know, some squeaker in the lobby saying fucking get wrecked tails, you know, for dying for the 17th time.
The Game Awards happened like last week. And they always have like a bunch of game trailers and shit like that, and I watch it just to be like, in case anything interesting. There was like, I think 2 things. There was the new Elden Ring trailer, and I was like, I can't wait to play that. And then there was a trailer for some game that looked like Hollow Knight, if you've seen that game.
Oh yeah.
It had a very similar, it looked like very similar gameplay and kind of art style to that, where you play as like a wee Grim Reaper. A very cutesy kind of cartoony art style and all that. It looked pretty cool. I was like, that looks like a really fun game. I'll probably maybe try that out when it comes out. Other than that, every other game was just like,
It's just cash cows these days. It's just,
it was just
loot boxes.
not
and
very
shit.
interesting stuff.
Do you think Elden Ring's going to be that good? I'm very skeptical.
I'm no.
Very skeptical.
I am not at all.
I've been watching gameplays and kind of stuff like that, and personally, I feel like it's Dark Souls made easier for a wider audience. That's how I feel.
I mean,
that's just my opinion.
We'll see. They definitely kind of make the game the same way they have before, because before it was always, I mean, the game's not linear, but whenever you're in a specific area, it's usually like every enemy and all that is placed in a specific place, so it's like meticulously planned out in that way, but you can't really do that way in open world. But there's parts of the game that are like that, where it's like, oh, you go into a dungeon that you find, and then they kind of have enemy placement like that, and the boss fights are probably always going to be stuff. As far as I've seen, for the gameplay I've seen and the people who I've seen play them, and I trust their opinions, they've all been like, it's fucking great, and they've had a great time with it. And these are people who are like fucking skeptical bastards about stuff and all that, and they've been like, it's fucking great, and I mean, like, I can't wait to play it.
If there was a criticism, they would have.
They would have it for sure. They wouldn't go easy on it. So I'm pretty fucking excited.
As I say, like, I'll probably still buy it. I'll probably still play it because I love fantasy games, and the fact that George R.R. Martin is behind some of the writing of it leads me to believe that it'll be quite like a deep lore, and it'll be like a really well thought out.
The new trailer that came out was very much a story-based trailer where it was telling you about like the lore of this world, and it had very much had Lord of the Ring feel kind of to it, where it was just like, this is very clear inspiration for fucking these stories in a lot of ways, like just a lot of shit. So I think it's going to be pretty great.
I mean, as I say, like, I have this worry that it is going to just be a bit like a Dark Souls kind of copy, but made a bit easier for a wider audience. But I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That that's just something that I wouldn't enjoy if it was that kind of way. But I like that you can jump.
You can jump.
A lot of games you can't jump.
I mean, you can jump, but it's just shite. It's shite. It's like jumping in Dark Souls is basically like putting in a cheat code the way you have to do it. But I mean, I can't wait for it. It looks very fun. I'm very excited. So
I hope it crashes and burns.
Wow. Speaking of it, another thing actually, the game trailers I actually was excited about, and this is a weird thing. Like, they showed the new trailer for the new Sonic movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I've not seen it yet, but I've heard that Idris Elba is Knuckles.
So I watched the trailer and I was like, that looks pretty fucking good. And I was like, I've still not seen the first one. And I was like, can I actually watch it anywhere? And I looked it up and I was like, it's on Netflix. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking watch that because I've still not seen it. And the second one looks pretty good. And I watched the first one and I was like, that was alright.
It's fun.
I was like, that was alright. And honestly, the trailer for the second one, I think looks like it's going to be better. So,
I think they've been smart about it, and they've just kind of introduced a lot of the Sonic stuff in the first one. Like, they didn't go OTT and being like, here's the fucking Death Egg, and
here's everything.
Here's Maria, you know.
I do wonder if there's going to be like a third one, and they're going to be like, oh, here's Rouge and Shadow and all these other characters now.
I mean, I would kind of love to see it. I would love to see like those extended characters rather than more human characters. If that makes sense.
That's thing that always bothered me about a lot of the old video game movies that was like in the 90s and fucking like early 2000s and that was always like shite to me. Was like, it's like, here's a movie based on this game that everybody loves, and then you go and watch it, and it's like a game that's like about the characters like Sonic, but then it's like oh, but what if they went to the real world? And it's like the whole movie's like 90% about these random human characters that aren't in the normal game and you don't give a fuck about. And you're like, I don't give a fuck about these people. I want to watch this character for the game that I like.
Exactly. You want to
like,
see
fuck,
the
damn.
stuff you enjoyed in the game on the big screen.
Aye, it's like, oh, here's a Godzilla movie. Godzilla's in it for like 10 minutes, and it's sort of the rest of the movie's all these human characters. Like, I want to see Godzilla destroy cities. I don't give a fuck about these people and their problems.
That was my biggest criticism with like the latest, was it Kong versus Godzilla or whatever it was, and it was just like, you know, Millie Bobby Brown, God love her, running a bit daft, and I'm like, I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Show me the big monster. Like, see is it 1999 Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, and he killed 2 people in Ireland, never forget. But that movie's really good. Like, because no,
nah, it's alright.
I liked it because it had Godzilla, you know, and it was based around Godzilla and everybody's and the effect of Godzilla, rather than just being like, here's human people running for their life, a la what's it called, Cloverfield. You know, where it's made about the humans rather than the monster. I
mean, it was still mostly human characters in that movie, more than Godzilla. Godzilla wasn't in it that much.
Aye, but like put it this way, like you weren't hearing about the human characters' divorce next week, or you weren't hearing about, you know, them going to school. You were hearing about how what Godzilla has done or is going to do is about to affect them. Whereas I feel like in the new movies, it's kind of like it is that. In a wee bit, but part of it's kind of like, you know, I don't know.
It's a strange thing because it's like, I don't know. I just don't get the whole point. It's like it's like here's a video game Sonic, and the whole story is Sonic, and it's all about all the Sonic characters, and the only human in it is Eggman. Really, I don't even know if he's fucking human, to be honest. I don't know if he's human or like not even fair. I don't even know, right? But he's the only human like character in the whole fucking thing. Well, apart from when they fucking in Sonic Adventure and all that, when they have other human characters, but they're no like important characters. They're just happen to be there, and it's just like, and then when they make a movie about it, and it's just like, so let's have like the main characters, and that just be all these like humans, and Sonic's also there, and these other characters are also maybe there, like in the background, and it's just like, I mean, it's like, it's a Sonic movie, so why the fuck are we focusing on characters that have nothing to do with the Sonic universe?
It's part of the kind of the writing behind it, where when it comes to like these fantastical worlds that you and I are gamers that have grew up with and we're very familiar with, when it comes out as a movie, there's a lot of people that won't know. So they need to have like a human introduction, or a character that finds out about the world at the same time that they do, if that makes sense, so that they don't feel lost. Like if the Sonic movie was basically set in like, you know, Emerald Hills or Green Zone or fucking whatever it is, you know, people would be like, where the fuck are we? You know, why is he fast? Why is he running?
It's one of the easier storytelling methods to have a character introduced into a world that they don't know, and then you can just, and it's an easy excuse to just throw exposition, because you can put it off as, oh well, they're learning about this world, rather than it being like, you know, whereas if it wasn't a character who's learning about the world in the movie and they were throwing this exposition, it would feel like lazy as fuck. Like they're just explaining shit for no reason. Whereas if there's a character there that doesn't know what's going on and they're getting it explained to them, then it feels like, you know, oh, it's good writing, and that's like makes it a lot easier for stuff like that. But it's just annoying.
I kind of feel like the Sonic movie specifically, I feel like the only people that would go and watch that are people who know who Sonic is.
I know, like, what is the ratio of people that will go and watch? Like, I've never played a Sonic game in my life and I barely know anything about it, but I'm going to go watch the Sonic movie. Like, how many people actually are going to do that?
Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to go and see Pride and Prejudice. It's just not my thing, you know? So if somebody has never, as you say, never liked Sonic and they don't know what Sonic is, why would they go and see a Sonic? I mean,
even as somebody who plays a lot of video games, if a movie got made about a video game that I don't play, I probably wouldn't watch it, because I would be like, I don't know anything, I don't really care about it because I don't play it. Although, speaking of that, have you watched Arcane?
No, but I have seen it advertised.
So Arcane is a weird. I know how I just said I don't do that, but Arcane is based on League of Legends, a game I don't play, I don't care about. But
Oh, right, yeah.
But you don't need to have played the game to know what's going on. You can enjoy it very much without knowing anything about League of Legends.
Like a fantasy kind of adventure.
It's one of the things where it's like, if you've played League of Legends, you know the characters, there'll be things in it that you'll be like, oh, I know what that is.
Easter eggs and stuff.
But you don't need to have played it. I watched it, I've never played League of Legends, I don't like nothing about. I know the game exists, but I know nothing about the characters. I fucking thought it was great. It is genuine. And I only watched it because so many people were like, it's great, you don't even need to play it. The game, you can just watch this and it's a fucking great series. And I was like, I'll give it a try. And honestly, it's fucking great. It's even just for like the animation is like on par with like Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, right.
Like that, just amazing animation, so many great, like just fucking creative like shit.
That was so good to watch.
Like even just to watch the animation, it's just fucking great. And the story and characters are all great. I would recommend checking it out if you've not watched it. It's pretty great. I very much enjoyed it.
Do you think there'll ever be a Fortnite movie?
I would be surprised if there wasn't, to be honest.
I bet within 2 years. 2 years, because it'll be when it starts to die down, when they know that people are now downloading it, and they'll be like, how can we get people involved again?
They always do movies for stuff like this when it's too late and nobody cares about it anymore. It's never when it's at its peak. It's always like, right, so let's make this movie for this thing that nobody really does, nobody really likes anymore. And it's just like, okay, but like...
And I mean, you wouldn't even need to have a story about it. I mean, the story is literally every game of Fortnite. You're somebody on a bus, all of a sudden you're in a strange island, and there's a cloud coming for you. I swear to God, I want a writing credit, you know, because I bet you it's going to be in development at the minute this video goes up.
When they make I'm not going to say when they make a Fortnite movie, because they probably will. Literally, the story will be a fucking average fucking guy who's average at everything,
Chris Pratt,
and fucking it'll be like Chris Pratt playing him, and he goes into this Fortnite world, and it'll be something about like you don't actually die when you get killed in it. It's like fucking
a respawn, or
you get respawned, and maybe it'll be like a virtual like reality kind of thing or something like that. But it'll be like, it'll be him. And the story will be him trying to win it from like he won money or something, and it'll be for some rant, some very fucking trope thing that he has to win the money for. And there'll be a female character in it that he'll fall in love with, and it'll be this whole thing of them having to take each other out, and they will only be able to do it. And I guarantee it'll be the most basic, phoned in, safe story with fucking just tropes galore, nothing interesting. It'll just be the most basic shit, and then there'll probably just be like cameos galore, just for the sake of having them.
Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Like with no substance to them whatsoever.
The
like,
Rock
that
for
is
some reason.
Genuinely, what if they do when they do a movie for it, it'll be that. Like it just will be.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Halo series?
They showed that at the Game Awards as well. They didn't really show much though. It was like barely in.
There wasn't much in it. I'm not really looking forward to it because they tried a Halo series, not Nightfall. Don't know if anyone remembers that.
I mind that. I don't think I ever watched that, but I do mind that was a thing.
And I think it was. I don't know if that was like a Locke origin story, like for the fifth.
I feel like I remember people saying it was pretty alright though. Like it wasn't that bad.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I never watched it. But there is a moment in the Halo, or the TV spot for the Halo, and it showed you High Charity. And it just looked fucking stunning. Like you know, in Halo 2 Anniversary, High Charity looks really good, like really organic, almost like it's been grown kind of thing. And it just looked really juicy and delicious in the Halo TV series.
I mean, fucking how many years is the talk of a Halo series been going on for? It's been like 15 years. I think since like Halo 2 or Halo 3 was it basically. There's been constant talking, they're going to make a Halo movie, they're going to make a series. Oh, here's a trailer by the way that they've made for it, and it's like, okay, and then it just never happened. And it's constant every few years comes up, people talking about it, and it's like, they were making one but they had to change directors and all that shit, and you're just like, alright, and then news finally looks like it's actually going to happen.
I know. I mean, it's I think it's one of these things that would be very difficult to get right, because as if I'm demonstrating to go by, Halo fans are impossible to please, and you know, people who don't know Halo, why would they be interested in it? You know, because it's this, Halo is essentially, it's a bit like Dune in a way, where it's like, I don't know if you know about Dune. I'm referencing the books, not the movie.
I've not seen the movie, but I've heard about it a wee bit.
Like, the books basically take place over 15,000 years or something like that. And Halo's similar in the way that it's like, you know, it's got this ancient lore. But you know, I'll probably still watch the TV series and I'll read it for filth, and I won't be happy with it, and I'll make that clear in the YouTube comments.
Well,
but it'll be interesting.
We'll see what happens. Maybe
Member berries, that's really all it is.
Maybe
Just
it'll be good.
member Halo 1.
I farted. Like, the coffee's making me fart.
I think it's the coffee.
Coffee does that, though.
It is a diuretic.
No.
Little known fact. But I think you're just a very rude person.
I did eat quite a lot of Mr. Kipling cakes last night as well. That might be part of it.
Hold on.
I've got Mr. Kipling's.
Hold on.
I've got some Mr. Kipling's.
What kind of Kipling?
I had the last of the angel slices.
Dirty bitch.
There's still some cherry bakewells. I knew he would. I knew he would. He's just screaming through my cut. I can hear him. Gonna heap shit in there.
Your downstairs neighbour actually just thought a hurricane hit him.
Just fucking actual pig. Fucking one bite. God forbid you savour it a bit.
I am.
Like a fucking dog. You're like swallowing it in one go. My God. Jesus.
I like Kipling. And there are other cakes available.
But Mr. Kipling's the best. It's the best shit.
Exceedingly good.
Oh.
I don't buy Kipling for myself.
That's the first time I've bought them in a while.
They don't last.
They
In my house, they really don't last. Like, I could buy a packet of Mr. Kipling's, and it could be my least favourite Kipling, and I would just eat it there and then. I just love Kipling.
Good shit. Good shit.
Really good shit. Buy Kipling. Keep him in business.
Do you know who shouldn't keep in business? Kellogg's. Have you seen the shit about Kellogg's? With the strikes and all that?
I don't think so.
Basically,
If they went the way of Nestle.
there's I think it's like 1,400 workers went on strike or something, and Kellogg's basically like, working conditions are shite, wages are shite job, we want better conditions, we want better wages and all that.
Considering the amount of money they make.
Aye, so they're like went on strike, and Kellogg's basically have went, well, rather than giving you what you want, we're just going to sack you and hire new people. And everybody's like, how fucking dare? So there's this whole movement went on of people that are like, fuck Kellogg's for doing that.
Yep.
We're going to all flood their website applications with shit so that it just can't people basically can't apply. We're going to flood it to break the website so that they can't fucking hire new people.
And I mean,
and it's just there's just a whole thing going on where they're like, oh well, we're going to use a different website, but then they flooded that, and then like, oh, we're going to use agencies to hire people, but then they fuck that as well, and it's just this whole fucking, it's a mess, and everybody's like, fuck Kellogg, don't buy Kellogg products, fuck them.
It's weird how rather than, you know, just listening to their workers, they've went, right, well, let's just take all this shit.
It would literally be easier and cheaper probably to just give them what they want.
Do you know what I've often found, like, with big companies, like, they treat their employees like they should be fucking lucky to have a job with them.
They do. They literally, it's like, you should be thankful that you have got the privilege to work for us, basically, rather than it being the other way about, which is the way it should be. Because if you didn't have, the companies need workers more than the workers need the companies.
100%. Like, I've worked in management before, and you are nothing without your employees. Like, doesn't matter what business you're in,
Yep.
your employees are the ones making the money.
Yep.
So, like, you know, McDonald's are a big company, and they're maybe one of those too big to fails. But people forget that, you know, for all the people that work in McDonald's, there's people that are getting fucking 7 times, 10 times, 100 times their salary for doing nothing but just being there, just being part of the company. They're not dealing with the shit folk coming in and giving them grief. They're not dealing with people. You know, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this video, and it's a woman, I think she's in America, and she throws a McDonald's.
I've seen
So
that video.
They throw a fucking blender at her.
It's such a good video.
Out of fucking nowhere, a blender hits this woman, and she's dumbfounded. She's
Just can't believe it. Like, what the fuck? The consequences of my actions.
Oh, I love that video. I could watch it over and over again.
I'm loving how people are.
You might loving it.
I'm like loving it. How new I see people will post a video where they're like, look, I went to this store for this big company like McDonald's or Subway or some place like that, and they have a notice up basically saying all the workers quit because it's shit to work there.
Yeah.
And they take a picture of it and post it and go like that. This made me smile, seeing that these workers basically said, fuck you, I'm not working for this shite anymore. And they're not upset. They're like, oh, I really wanted a thing for this place. They're not upset they're not able to get it. They're happy that the workers are basically saying, fuck you, I'm not working here, and we're all leaving. And they're like, ah, that's good.
I wish more
It's
workers.
good to see.
I wish more workers realised the power that they have together.
That's why so many companies are so against like unions and shit. Because
be-
if they've got a union, they've got the power basically.
I read a job post that it was somebody had posted it in Reddit, and they were basically like, should I accept this job? And in this job, it basically was like, basically in a really jargon filled gobbledygook way, they were like, you know, you might not get paid on time, and we decide what you get paid, and you know, you can do overtime, but you might not get paid for it, and you definitely won't get paid for the overtime, and you know, basically just all this shit. It just rather just put it simply, we're a shit company to work for. Turn around now.
It's literally a case of if you can't afford to pay your employees a living wage without, you know, failing, then you've got a shit company.
Aye.
That's it. You've not got a good business practice if you can't have a company that is able to pay its workers.
Or a good business model.
It's literally just your fault. It's not their fault for wanting what they're owed.
Exactly.
It's your fault for having a shit fucking business that can't live or that can't thrive. It's your fault. Don't have a business if you can't afford to pay your workers. It's as easy as that.
I just think it's crazy how like just some companies feel as if their employees are leeching at them.
Aye.
Or, you know, I used to work for a company, and it was almost like slaps in the face. You know, the job that you were doing, you weren't paid anywhere near what you should have been paid. But a lot of people do it because, you know, they need money and they're in certain positions. And when it would come to times like pay rises or Christmas, you know, it was just like morale was so low that they could have gave us like say 200 quid and we would have still went, but you couldn't fucking pay us the wages that were owed for the rest of the year, you know.
It's fucking
shit companies, man.
It's just this shit. That's just shit.
Kellogg's,
Fuck Kellogg's.
good luck at the job centre, Mr. Kellogg's. I mean, the cereal isn't even that good.
Nah. I've got Rice Krispies in there, but I bought them before all this shit went down, so...
And why aren't they in the bin?
I mean, that's just a waste of food.
Solidarity.
They've already been paid for. They've already been paid for. Me throwing it out isn't going to change anything.
Do you know, that's a good point. When was it? Ben and Jerry's, when they came out and they were like, you know, we support trans rights, we support LGBT community, and people were like, oh, Ben and Jerry's, they have suffered the woke brigade. I refuse, you know, and they're showing pictures of their Ben and Jerry's in the bin, and people are like,
You're throwing your money away.
They already have the money.
They've already got your money. You're literally just wasting that for no reason.
Aye,
because you could still eat it and then just no buy any more if you're that fucking against it. But just throwing it away is such a waste.
It's weird how, like, you know, it must just be so hard to eat it. You know that, like, they have a spoonful of Ben and Jerry's and they're worried they're going to go gay or something. You know,
Aye, that's what it is.
like,
They're like fucking.
this needs to go in that bin. It's crazy.
There's every spoonful. They're like, oh, the gays. I can't eat this. And fucking for raging.
You know.
Oh,
So
stupid, man.
after the Ben and Jerry's are phoning their mum like, I'm no gay. I'm no gay.
Oh, so bad.
What are you having for dinner tonight? I'm probably going to have some Asian food. Friday night Asian food.
Good shit. Good shit.
Oh, you've got the house to yourself tonight.
Aye.
Relax.
Yeah.
Probably
just gonna sit and play Minecraft, to be honest.
It seems like a good. I really want to get back into playing Minecraft.
If you had a PC, you could join my server.
I know, but I don't like playing survival.
I know you're a weirdo. You only like creative mode.
Skyrim's got a survival mode.
Is that not just the game? The
No.
normal game with it using cheats and shit?
Mods out me as a cheater, but no, like for the 10th anniversary they added in like more stuff, like you have to keep warm because it's like a snowy place. You have to eat food, stuff like that. Okay. So like, I get that playing the regular game is a bit survivally, but I think they've made it more survivally, if that makes sense. But probably time to call it a night.
Yeah. How long have we been? Well, we've been gone for nearly 2 hours, but there's a segment we recorded during this that we're going to cut in a separate video as well, so it's not going to actually be that long. It'll still be longer than normal though, I think. Aye,
I'm happy with that. Yeah. And remember to donate to the Scottish Greyhound Society. Oh, I keep forgetting it's the opposite. That one. Yeah. But thanks for viewing, guys. Thanks for listening if you're a listener. And, you know, let us pop off in the comments if you would like us to do more video stuff. It could be fun. We could live stream us playing checkers.
Why checkers?
I was going to say chess, but I don't know how to play chess.
I know how to play chess.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
I was actually playing chess the other week against somebody, another John, a Canadian John that I've been good pals with recently. Me and him were playing chess, and I kicked his arse.
You do not need to rub in my face that you know other Johns.
I know so many Johns.
Very common name.
There's so many Johns.
Do you know? I only know 2 Stevens.
Aye.
And one's a fucking idiot. And you can decide which one's the idiot.
He knows.
Oh. He sure does. But thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you guys
next week.
Next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Fade out.